G'day blokes and Sheilas, Dipper here, that guy from that photo site. You know that one, the F something? Anyway, you blokes and Sheilas better listen in. Tell you why. These tips, they'll make a big difference to your day, and if you do them, you're going to have a happy tie the knot day like your bloke and Sheila. So, be sure to listen in. Tip number 1. This one's a cracker. You want to make sure you know your mob, right? There's nothing worse than getting out to that back paddock and not knowing who your mob is. You want to be able to say, Bill, Jane, come over here, pose here, you know? If you don't know their name, it's alright. Just fill it in with mate and you'll be sweet as. If you do that, you're going to be right as rain. Right, this one here is a doozy. This is a big tip. Tip number 2. Tell you what, when you're out in the paddock, when you're out in the back field, there's nothing worse than getting out and not knowing where to go. So, you want to make sure you do your recce. You want to hit that frog and toad nice and early. You want to get out there, make sure you go in the right direction, because if you don't, you could end up 50 k's south of Whoop Whoop in the Never Never, and we don't want that. If you do that, tell you what, if you don't get your mob up to that bash, you're going to be one fry short of a Happy Meal, and that's not going to be fun. Not fun for anyone. So be sure to do your recce early, do it the day before, and you'll be sorted. Good as gold. Now on the day, this one here is a bonza. This is a bonza tip. I'll tell you why. Struth, if you're working that horse, you're working that horse and whipping that dead horse like there's no tomorrow, you're going to tire out your bloke and Sheila. So, be sure, this was a very, very important one. Be sure to give your bloke and Sheila a bloody break. Tell you what, if you push them hard, they're just going to be flat out like a lizard drinking by the time Smoker comes around. I'll tell you what, you want to make sure Smoker's nice and early. Make sure you pull out that esky and crack a tinny, because if you don't do that, you're going to be up creek. Tell you why. You want to make sure you're cracking a tinny, give it to them nice and early so they can have a giggle and a gander. And that way, everyone's going to be right as rain. Right, bonza idea number 4. This one's a big one. Right. I can't even get over it. Struth. So, if you've got a second shooter, right, you want to make sure you're actually lining up those ducks. And you want to make sure that you're syncing your machines. Because if you don't, by the time you upload them to your time machine, tell you what, you'll be getting your knickers in a knot. And we don't want that. What you want is a nice, smooth, easy upload. You want to be able to crack a tinny at that computer and just watch them flow in. So, be sure to sync your time machines, and be sure to sync your machines on the day. Otherwise, you're going to run into big problems. Now, if you do all these things, you're going to be good as gold. You'll be able to sit back, relax, take it easy on the day. Because tie the knot days are very stressful, and if you get things right, you're going to smooth sail. And we want that. We want that for Barry and Bill and Bob and Jane. Happy days. So, if you like this, mate, be sure to give it the thumbs up. These are great bits of advice. You know, it took me a lifetime to work these out. So, be sure to pass them on to someone else. And make sure you have a bit of a yarn down yonder. Because, you know, I want to hear what you have to say. I'll catch you next time. Happy days.